This is NDTV, and you're watching Classics.
Hello and a very warm welcome to this special report coming to you from the world's coldest and highest battlefield, Siachen. The guns may have fallen silent between India and Pakistan on this 76-kilometer long glacier recently, but the battle against elements is unending. We traveled to what is clearly the world's most inhospitable battle terrain to find out for ourselves how our brave soldiers continue to battle and guard the icy frontiers. I am Nitin Gokhale. Early morning at the Siachen base camp. Newly inducted troops trying to come to grips with the skills of mountain climbing. Each soldier who comes here to be eventually deployed at heights in excess of 20,000 feet has to start from scratch. First, do this drill of climbing steep snow walls, rising straight up with the help of crampons attached to snow boots, ice axe in hand, and then graduate to more difficult maneuvers. Over the next 3 weeks, these soldiers will train in various techniques needed to battle the treacherous terrain and harsh weather, where temperatures dip to as low as minus 60 degrees centigrade. Although the new snow clothing and other vital equipment provide good protection, the Army says there's no substitute for rigorous scientific training.
We train them for 3 weeks, and in these 3 weeks, we teach them the techniques of climbing the ice walls of various gradients, then avalanche rescue drills, crevasse crossing drills, crevasse rescue drills, and basic techniques of survival on the glacier.
Training is a sacred ritual, as the lack of it can often mean death. It has brought down weather-related casualties drastically. Consider the figures. Between 1984 and 1994, 378 soldiers died in weather-related accidents. From 1995 to date, the number is less than half of that, at 179. In the current year, there have been just 2 accidental deaths. A remarkable improvement, thanks to better medical facilities and use of state-of-the-art snow clothing and equipment to overcome illness.
During training itself, we try to we give them lectures during their SBS training, which are about medical. We try to ask them to maintain their personal hygiene, do regular food parade, and all the instructions how to use the HAPO bag, how to use the oxygen cylinders, how to give emergency oxygen.
Such demos are helpful too, but as battalion commanders point out, it takes an Herculean effort by everyone, from doctors, trainers and the soldiers themselves, to keep the momentum going. Little wonder then that the bonding between officers and Jawans on the Siachen Glacier is closer than anywhere else.
Over here, as leaders of men, we undergo the same trepidations as our men, as far as vagaries, as far as facing the vagaries of nature, etc. are concerned, as well as the operational constraints. But at the same time, if we are able to provide him a direction, in which direction he should move, how should he perform his task, at the same time provide him a solution for all his problems, automatically that trust builds up, the rapport builds up, which is a battle-winning factor.
And then there is faith. As Nayak Subedar Narendra Singh, at the head of his platoon trudging back to the Siachen base camp, would testify. Tired to the bone, unshaven and unwashed for over 100 days, after being deployed at a forward post at altitudes over 18,000 feet, a hot bath and rest would normally seem top priority. But in Siachen, there is one ritual the soldiers perform before anything else: a visit to this temple, in many ways the presiding deity of the glacier. Normally, such a group of soldiers returning from an assignment gives its final report to the commanding officer, informing him about the outcome of the mission. But here, the final word remains with the soldier turned deity, simply known as OP Baba. Soldiers say it's a matter of faith.
Biggest advantage that we all enjoy here is that OP Baba is the biggest binding force on the Siachen.
Right.
You see, every person, whether he's an officer, a JCO or another rank, respects, carries out his wishes, respects his wishes, honors it. It's a commitment.
True.
It's an oath that a person takes before he goes. And it's a very simple oath. I shall do no wrong. I shall see no evil. I shall follow what has been told to me. I shall follow whatever has been taught to me. And it has binded everybody together. It has created a sense of security.
No one knows about the origin of this myth, but everyone believes in its powers.
With the grace of our commanding officer and with the help from base, we did a Havan after around 2 to 3 years at Molan post, which is known as OP Baba post, at a height 19,000 plus.
Apparently, some years ago, a soldier named Om Prakash was deployed on the glacier. One night, he suddenly vanished. Since then, every soldier, be it officer or Jawan, makes it a point to come to this place and draw solace. Faith in this mythical OP Baba, who may or may not exist, is what sustains the Indian Army on the Siachen Glacier. Rightly or wrongly, the simple soldier believes that the presiding deity of the glacier protects him from any adversity. As Major Mauji and Tiwari finish the customary salute to OP Baba, they have their first hot meal in 100 days. The feeling is unbelievable.
Mauji, good food after a long time?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
How many months?
About 4 months.
4 months. Okay.
Very delicious food after 4 months.
Enjoying. Meal is followed by this most essential act. By evening, everyone is relaxed, happy to have achieved the task. The Indian Army has dominated the heights and the Siachen Glacier for the last 23 years. Despite the massive effort to sustain the deployment on the glacier, it has become possible because of a combination of factors. But that's after the break.